We have some people joining, so I'll just wait another minute and we're going to get started. So welcome everyone to this school year. It's hard to believe that summer is already over. My name is Dr. Klinger, and I have Mrs. Reagan Reeder with me as well. We run the Gateway Cyber Academy for the school district. As I said, I have been the director of the program for the last 13 years. You can find my contact information by looking at this slide here. My email is mklinger@gatewayk12.org, as well as my office and my work phone is on here. Now to Mrs. Reeder, who helps me day in and day out. So go ahead, Mrs. Reeder.
Hey everyone, I'm Reagan Reeder. I'm a special education teacher. I help Dr. Klinger. I oversee any students in our program who have an individualized education plan or an IEP. So here's my contact info and my direct line at the office as well. I'm just going to go over a little bit of the accommodations that we are able to provide for students with IEPs. First of all, many accommodations are available to all of our students. So over here, this is kind of hard to see. I know there's a lot of print, but there's a lot of things that are available to all students, like extended time. Any student can have extra time on an assessment, a quiz, a test, or an exam. We can also give everyone 2 fail attempts on their assessments. They automatically get that. So there's a lot of things that are already built into the program. But there are a lot of additional things that I can implement if it's written into the specially designed instruction section of a student's IEP, such as reducing the amount of content, reducing the amount of essays or writing assignments, giving them less answer choices on an assessment and things like that. We do have to revise a student's IEP for that to happen. So we hold an annual IEP just as if the student was in school, and then we're always able to meet as a team to make revisions throughout the year. One way that I support students with disabilities in the cyber program is by holding Zoom office hours twice a week. This is not a time where I teach all of the content to students in the program, but I can assist them as needed, point them in the right direction, or connect them with the content teacher to make sure that they do get the support that they need. So another thing is we do sometimes have students with a 504 plan who are in our Cyber Academy. While I don't directly deal with kids with the 504 plans, please let us know, Dr. Klinger or myself, if your student has a 504 plan. We will review it. We will see what accommodations are able to be made in the cyber program based on that student's 504 plan. So please reach out to one of us and let us know if your student does have a 504 plan or an IEP of any sort, so that we can make sure that those are being followed and implemented as best as possible through the program.
Yes, thank you so much, Mrs. Reeder. Thank you. So today's agenda, we're going to talk about the history of the Gateway Cyber program, who enrolls in Gateway Cyber, and then some 22-23 information that hopefully you will be able to find helpful. So the first thing is the history of our program. We started in 2010 and 11 with 27 students ending that school year. As you can see, each year has increased, and last year we had almost 400 students taking 1 or more cyber classes K-12. So you can see that we obviously have increased, and it's been very, very exciting. We're always trying to make changes and make the program better. So obviously, if you have any suggestions, we're always up for that. But we are very proud of our program and just want to make it the best that we can possibly make it. So who enrolls in this program? Truly, as I said earlier, anyone, K to 12. Students with medical conditions, students who have emotional or mental health needs, students who just feel that they don't fit in, students with discipline infractions, working students, athletes, dancers, travelers, students who benefit from self-paced activities, and all students, gifted. This includes special needs students. So we welcome anyone in the Gateway Cyber program. So now moving on, we're going to look at some 22-23 info. Obviously, today is our Zoom, and we appreciate you all. We know that, you know, it's the day before school starts, so we appreciate you all being here. School does start tomorrow, so we would expect all students to log on tomorrow. We also understand that there may be you know, a scheduling problem with your schedule tomorrow. If that occurs, just please reach out, but please be patient. Mrs. Reeder and I are working very hard and very diligently to ensure that all schedules are in place for tomorrow. But again, if something happens, if you're unable to log on, please either call my office or email us. And again, we will get back to you as quickly as we possibly can. Just a reminder, because I know that some of the students in this program did the GATE program last year. The Gateway Cyber program is completely asynchronous, meaning it is not live. So there is not a live teacher that is available for questions or teaching at specific times of the day. Each class does have a teacher, and you can look on Skyward to see who that teacher is. You can reach out to that teacher via email, and that teacher will support you in any way that they can. So if they need to explain a concept to you or something like that, they will absolutely do that. But again, please note that the curriculum is in place. All of the assignments are in there. You can absolutely work ahead in the platforms, both platforms. So we would encourage you to do that if you'd like to. We do encourage you to work 5 days per week at home. So you can, and when I say at home, that doesn't mean at home. You can just work 5 days per week. That does not, you know, include the weekends, but let's just say on a Friday, you had a doctor's appointment or you didn't feel good and you weren't able to work, you can absolutely do that work on Saturday and Sunday. So it is open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you are the one that makes your schedule. So please just be consistent and work regularly. Enrollment and removal is at the quarter break only. It would need administrative approval if it is not at that time. So just so you know, at this point, everyone enrolled will be in for at least 1 9-week. If you feel that you do not fit in with the program, just again, give me a call, send me an email or Mrs. Reeder, and we will be happy to go through the process of unenrolling you for the second 9 weeks. So curriculum, all students in K to 5 do Accelerate Education. We do have several teachers teaching in our Accelerate platform, and they are fabulous. So they've been trained, and we're really excited to get them started in the Accelerate platform. The Edgenuity is for our students in grades 6 through 12. And again, we have some really great teachers in the program that are excited to get started with the Edgenuity courses as well. Note that these are aligned to the Pennsylvania state standards. So what you are learning through Gateway is being mirrored in the cyber program. It may not be in the same order. It may not be the exact assignment, but all of the standards are being met. Again, in Accelerate K to 5, the students are taking math, English, science, social studies. They are doing a PE course for quarters 1 and 2, and then an art class for quarters 3 and 4. In Edgenuity, students are doing English, math, science, and social studies. In 6th and 8th grade, they are doing gym. And then in 9th through 12th grade, we're just filling in the graduation requirements with the health, the electives, the foreign language, and again, the gym. Note that we are not doing the honors and AP. So if that is something that you are interested in, obviously, get with me and we can discuss and change schedule if necessary. Dropping courses. We're going to give you 9 days at Moss-Side Middle or High School to drop a course. We feel like that's plenty of time to get in there and make sure that you like it. So for example, if you wanted to take, let's just say French, and you realize that French is not for you, it's not working out, every test that you're taking, you're doing poorly on, you just don't think that you can take it for the whole 9 weeks, or the whole year, I should say, I would just request an email from your parent. Please let me know what class you would like to drop, and then what are you replacing it with. So that is very, very important that I know that from from when I get that email. The Gateway Handbook will be available and sent to you via email in the next several days. So you will be able to view each page of the handbook. And of course, all students must abide by the Cyber Handbook. Technology. So anyone at this point who does not have technology, we need you to get with our help desk. There has been several emails sent by the district regarding pickup of technology. But if you did not do that, we ask that you send an email and they will reply to the email that your computer is ready. And then they're typically there between 9 and 5. All technology is picked up at the auditorium. And when you get to the auditorium, you call the tech support number. Anyone in grades 9 to 12 will be using a Chromebook, and anyone in grade K to 8 will be using an iPad. If you were a student last year and received a Chromebook at the middle school level, we do ask that you return that Chromebook for an iPad so that everyone across the board is consistent. K to 8 will be using iPads, and again, 9 through 12 will be using that Chromebook. If you need internet, again, be sure to email the help desk at gatewayk12.org. You can always CC me on emails to the technology department, but please know that I am not the one that will issue you the technology, nor will Mrs. Reeder. Technology support. So throughout the quarter, if you need technology support, you can contact the help desk, that same email that was on the previous screen, helpdesk@gatewayk12.org, or you can call 412-373-5870. So let's just say your screen broke. We would obviously want you to call immediately and report that, and the tech department will take care of issuing you new technology. There is this year a insurance on the computers, so that information will be forthcoming as well. I think it is $30, and it's great because if you would break something, it would be covered. Logging in on the welcome email, which I'm going to pull up in just a minute. We did give you the login for K to 5 and 6 to 8. Again, note that they are different because K to 5 will be using that Accelerate program, and 6 to 12 will be using Imagine Edgenuity. Testing, please note that elementary and middle schools will still be responsible for taking the PSSA test within the building. So the principals do set up a time for you to come in and take that PSSA. If you are a parent who chooses to opt out of the PSSA, you would need to put something in writing to both the principal and superintendent that you were planning on opting out this year. Middle and high school, they are also doing PSSA, and then high school does the Keystone exam. So again, if you are planning on opting out, you would need to put that in writing. The first 9 weeks, again, does start tomorrow. The midpoint, which means that you would need 50% complete with your course, is September the 28th. And then the end date for the 9 weeks is October 31st. October 31st means that all work must be completed by that day. So we do quarter out our content. So what you are seeing is 1 quarter's worth of content. So it's very imperative that the students work daily so that they finish their first 9 weeks by October 31st. Progress monitoring and minimum login time. The student, again, must log in 5 days per week and progress adequately through the courses. If a student is older than 18 and misses 10 consecutive days via cyber, that student will be removed and considered a dropout from Gateway School District. So again, it's imperative that the students are logging in regularly. We tell students and parents to please treat this as if they are in person and going to school for those 7 hours each day. It's very important that they stay on target. We want you to just think about a few things. Number one, your pacing. Are you behind? Are you ahead? And what do you need to do if you are behind? Attendance, are you working consistently, which means every day? And then performance is super important too, because we want you working, but we want to make sure that you are passing your classes as well. So Mrs. Reeder and I are here for you. We want you to do well. And again, just please make sure, again, that you set a schedule for yourself and that you work on a day-to-day basis. Accountability, just so you know, the teachers are required to communicate with you and make sure that you know what's going on and where you need to be. So expect teacher emails and please make it a two-way communication. So please email back, call, any questions you have, it's important that you reach out to us. Again, our intervention strategies as teachers and administrators are, we're going to email you. We are going to call families. And then if a student is doing really poorly, we're going to ask the family to either Zoom with us or come into the district and have a meeting. The goal of cyber is to pass all of your classes. So we will file truancy if you are not meeting those expectations. Of course, we're never going to do that without your knowledge. We're going to try everything we can to make sure that you are successful. But there are students, unfortunately, every year that do not log on and don't, hold up their end of the bargain with cyber. So progress adequately. We say approximately 1 hour per class per day. But to be honest, it may not take you that long. I mean, it may take you 25 minutes in one class, 35 minutes in another class. So each day is going to be different. Check email daily and respond to your teachers, please. And then follow your to-do list in Accelerate and your course report in Edgenuity. Emails. Please, parents and not students, but parents, update your emails on Skyward. Everything that we send is from Skyward. So if we do not have your appropriate email, then you will never get information from us. So please make sure that you're checking the email daily. This is our vital way of communicating and our primary way of communicating with over 200 students starting this school year. It is important to get updates to all of these students regarding dates and deadlines, when the prom is, picture day. So it's important that you have a valid email and that you are checking it. This is just a sample email. This is one that I send about scheduling. I know it's super early to consider next year's scheduling, but at the high school, we do that in February. It is imperative that you schedule online so that during this last week that we know, leading up to the school year, we know what you're doing. So just please check and respond to the emails. This is a sample senior email just talking about the end of the year, graduation rehearsal, the cap and gown tour, the senior picnic. So you can see that we definitely update you on things that are going on in the cyber program. And this is just some things. So again, thank you so much for your patience. I'm going to get off of the PowerPoint at this point, and I am going to bring up that welcome email. Mrs. Reeder, is there anything that you want to chime in at this point that you feel that I've missed?
I did think of one thing when you were talking about iPads for K through 8. Sometimes it is hard for kids to mark things up on the iPads, but we do offer what we call crayons. They're like a really special stylus for students to use when they're marking things up on the iPad instead of their finger. If you would like one of those, you need to send an email to helpdesk@gatewayk12.org to have a crayon issued to you as well.
Perfect. Yes, for sure. Is there anything else that you can think of?
I did think of one thing when you mentioned prom. A lot of people ask if students in cyber can participate in those types of things in the district. Absolutely, 100% yes. We want them to. They need the social aspect that they're missing by not being in the classrooms. So absolutely, the dances, the proms, I don't know, anything else, even field trips, we're allowed to have cyber kids attend. We just need to know in advance. So if you're hearing things going on in the district, please jump in and we'd be happy to help you get that coordinated as well.
Wonderful. Thank you. Yes, definitely. So the last thing that I'll talk about before we go ahead and jump off is everyone at this point should have received the welcome email. I apologize if you got it 2 or 3 times, but we just keep getting new students and we wanted to make sure that everyone got it. So we did discuss the equipment and the technology support. Obviously, the orientation link was in there. If you would like to know about Accelerate, there is this video on Accelerate along with some learning coach resources. It's important. It's hard to sit here and present on Accelerate when we have Edgenuity students and Edgenuity students when we have Accelerate students in here. So please watch those videos. And if you would need myself or Mrs. Reeder to jump on a Zoom with you, we can absolutely do that next week when things kind of calm down with the scheduling. And then the logon instructions are here. From what I am being told, you can completely just go through ClassLink as well, because it is a single sign-on and it will just take the student right into their classes. For Edgenuity, there is a great student experience video that you are able to watch. So it is right here. By clicking on it, you can watch that video. Log on instructions for tomorrow are right here. And then the course list and the course descriptions are there just in case anyone is changing courses. We already discussed the communication. So all emails, again, must be sent through Skyward. So make sure that's updated. And then school pictures. Or I'm sorry, school begins tomorrow. Oh, progress reports. All families with that valid email address will receive progress reports once per week, both in the Accelerate and the Edgenuity. So if you do not receive a progress report, let us know, because there might be, your email might be spelled wrong or something like that. But every single week you should receive a progress report. And here is an understanding your progress, your child's progress report that you can look up. The last thing I'll say, always check those emails. Work every day. Please reach out if you have questions. We're not scary. We want you to do good. We are really looking forward to this year. We are so excited to be back at Gateway to get, started on this year. And that, the last thing really is that Google Classroom is not part of the cyber program. So we are strictly using the Edgenuity and the Accelerate platforms. I'm going to stop sharing at this point and just ask if there is any questions that Mrs. Reeder or I can help answer. Is there anyone? You can even type in the chat. You can raise your hand. I don't see any. I'll wait another 10 seconds. If no one has any questions, we are so thankful that you spent this half hour with us. And again, just reach out if you need anything. I hope you have a successful year. All right, I'm going to go ahead and end at this point. And good luck tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.